welcome to a brand new episode of Backstage 360, our second last episode. And it gives me a great honor and pleasure to introduce one of our stellar volunteers that have worked behind the camera for 23 episodes now, but Mr. Tony Guerrero, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, so you are an Access volunteer, so take us through your journey onto coming into Shaw and then, I guess, becoming part of the Backstage 360 team.
Well, we started off back about 3 years ago when you guys had started up a program that allowed people to volunteer and get involved with media and working with the different aspects of what Shaw offers on their services. But it was, yeah, I'm a huge technical buff. I love my technology. I love video. I love computers and love editing. And yeah, so it gave me an opportunity to kind of express my own artistic ability in capturing video and being involved with watching the process of the different aspects of your videography and, your shooting.
So your favorite moment? Any interviews, meeting people on set?
I really loved every moment of it. It was just, yeah, the people itself, and but I really enjoyed the Guardian Angel Network when we did the convention center.
Yes.
Yeah, we had the runway. We had an opportunity to do that, and also to shoot that, and also to get the opportunity to meet the Governor General and have her speak and give us a little bit of information about her dedication. And it's a volunteer.
Yes.
It's just that being a volunteer, it's being able to do things that are outside of your own life, and it kind of brings a wealth that you normally couldn't have otherwise.
Well, we really appreciate all your work, Tony.
My pleasure.
And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey, and hopefully it will continue. So thanks a lot, Guy. All right, well, coming up on this episode, I'll have a sit-down chat with an incredible group that is doing amazing work for our LGBTQ community, Rainbow Railroad. But right now, you have to hear this lady. Her name is Foggia. She's from Carmen, and she is amazing. So here she is, Foggia.
Let go. You know that it's forbidden. I know the sweetest fruit are the ones that can't be eaten.
My name is Foggia, and I was born in Morocco. We came here when I was 1 year old, and we established ourselves in Carmen, Manitoba. It's been 11 years that I've been playing the piano, and I've added other instruments to my repertoire, such as the guitar or the violin or other percussion instruments. And I'm now going to be attending Carmen Collegiate, and I'm just living my life day by day.
Try to move on. We could try to forget. Oh, 'cause forgetting is better than regretting now, isn't it?
Recently, I just won second place for the Canada Walk of Fame Emerging Artist Mentorship Program, and I am absolutely thrilled and shocked because honestly I didn't see it coming.
I know with the heavy heart, I'll go with the heavy heart, I'll go.
It's been crazy because now I know I'll be performing in Toronto at Yonge and Dundas Square, and that's just insane. And there's a mentorship program that also comes along with it. It's to help newer artists that aren't signed to labels to just understand the music industry a lot better and to just get started and just have like a little push.
Our love is forbidden now, it's just forbidden. Our love is forbidden now, it's just forbidden. Our love is forbidden now.
I feel like my writing style has definitely gotten a lot better, and I've gotten better at playing my instruments, but it's all with practice, and it's just something that it's just a gradual, slow process, but it's a big change once you look at it.
It's the way that it is, and we have to deal with it.
There's definitely a lyric that's been floating around in my mind, and it's directed towards absolutely everyone in this world. And I think that it could inspire younger kids or people from different cultures or different ages or genders. I was just thinking, like, this lyric, just because our moves are different doesn't mean that I don't dance. And that's something I think that lots of people should understand. Just because people are different doesn't mean that you can't become president, or you can't become head chef, or honestly, you can't do what you want to do in life.
Our love is forbidden. Our love is forbidden now. It's just forbidden.
I definitely want to pursue my career in music, but I also want to get into med school or something like that. That's definitely what I want to keep doing, and I want to keep writing and learn new instruments, and enjoy life.
Our love is forbidden now. It's forbidden. Our love is forbidden now.
Well, welcome to the White Couches. Again, an incredible conversation is about to begin. I'd like to introduce my guests, though, first. Representing the Upside Down Tree Foundation is Rafi, in beautiful red, I might add. I love that color. The very handsome and debonair Kimahli, representing Rainbow Railroad. And our very special guest, and a welcome to Winnipeg, Basil. All right, what do these three all have in common? Well, it's about Rainbow Railroad. And yes, a railroad is about trains and transportation. But I'm going to throw it to you, Kimahli, head of this incredible organization. The journey is far, far from over and very, very important. So Rainbow Railroad.
Rainbow Railroad was an organization that was founded in 2006 with the mandate to try to help people who are persecuted, LGBT people who are persecuted, find a pathway to safety. It was a group of volunteers who traveled to Tel Aviv and heard firsthand the story of someone just trying to flee. And we realized that, you know, in the 70 plus countries where people are criminalized for being gay, lesbian, or transgendered, where there's death penalty on the books, that people are in desperate need to escape their countries. There are a lot of really brave people on the ground still fighting for their rights, but for some people, they just need to leave. And so our organization was formed to really provide a pathway to safety. And since 2006, we've just received hundreds and hundreds of requests. In the past year alone, we've received 600 requests of people who are just suffering from dire conditions. And what we do is that we provide information, we get them ready to travel, and then most importantly, we get them to safety and hopefully for a new life.
Wow, okay. And you sit here, a testament of all of that, Basil. So share with us your story.
Well, I was born and raised in Syria. I grew up there. The situation was manageable, sort of speaking. There's a lot of underground life that we are living as LGBT community. A lot of risks on the table. There's no guarantee who your date will be. Most of the time, sometimes the police try to trick people by pretending that they are members of the LGBT community, go to a date, and all of a sudden you find yourself entrapped or with a police raid just coming and arrest you. Sentences may vary, and sentences may vary based on the location. Sometimes it's jail, sometimes it's sentenced to death. Situations are really hard for a lot of people that are getting arrested, and especially if they are getting outed and a job at their families. They might face eviction, kicking out, or being homeless.
Oh my goodness, yes. So we'll talk a little bit more about your incredible journey. And now we do have a local connection. Rafi, Upside Down Tree is an amazing organization right here in Winnipeg. What does it do?
So Upside Down Tree was founded in 2014, so we're actually newer than Rainbow Railroad. And what we do is we like to focus on really small grassroots charities and give them that first big donation, as big as we can get. So last year we were really fortunate that everybody sort of opened their wallets and their hearts, and we were able to donate over $400,000 to Rainbow Railroad, which was sort of our biggest donation that we've ever been able to raise. And I think it also did some great work for our partners here. And we try and, the same way that a for-profit business, their first customer makes all of the difference and sort of can change the game, we feel that's the same with other charities.
Wow. So Kimahli, there also comes, I guess, a price tag, right, for each case. How does it work, the process?
Sure. It's hard to give a blanket price figure for each case because people are traveling from various countries. We inspire to be a Canadian solution to a global problem, and that means that we will take anywhere to whatever route we think is the safest and the most efficient. We recently found a pathway from someone from Uganda to Argentina, and that person's now learning Spanish. That person's really happy with their location, and so it varies, from between $5,000 and $10,000 just for one case. And I can't stress enough just how catalytic the Upside Down Tree Foundation's gift was to us. It allowed us to more than double the amount of cases we were able to do. It allowed us to be able to think in the future and to be able to start thinking more strategically. Our name is akin to the Underground Railroad, finding grassroots underground path to people. But we realize now, thanks to this gift and the generosity of all the donors, that we have an opportunity to really be a visible pathway to safety for more LGBT people.
Okay, so life is good. You're now living in Toronto, but take us back a little bit, Basil. I guess some of your thoughts and feelings in that process of leaving your family, leaving your country.
Well, I left Syria in 2012, in June 2012. Situations in Damascus, my hometown, was not as calm or as stable as it is now. In the beginning of the situations in Syria, Damascus had a lot of pressure on it. Bombings, assassinations. We were just having adventures, just going to our works. Then all of a sudden I had an opportunity to travel to Egypt, which is an opportunity that I took without even thinking. Within a couple of days I was in Egypt. I didn't have the time to say goodbye to my friends, to my family, to anyone, and I sort of got stuck in Egypt. I was happy for a long period, and situations started to turn south, especially in Egypt with the different regime or the different government that took over. And also, even in Egypt, my situation was not as safe as I thought it would be. So I started trying to find another solution for me to move elsewhere, and that's how I got connected with Rainbow Railroad. One of my great friends, he's an American activist who connected me to Rainbow Railroad, and things moved in a very good pace. I was able to arrive to Toronto actually around 6 or 7 months from the organization accepted my file and started working on my file. So for me, the situation was amazing. I had a great, it's about a year now that I got the acceptance from Rainbow Railroad. I got it in the 1st of December 2015. So it's a year now that I got the process, and here I am now in Canada and enjoying my life, starting to plan for the future, starting looking for a job and things like that. It's something that makes you feel alive, other than the stress and sense of hopelessness that I had through the past years.
And now you get to enjoy Tim Hortons and McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King.
Exactly. I'm jumping from place to place.
It must send so much joy to your heart, Kimahli, to see this young gentleman here, safe and definitely being able to possibly have a great future.
Absolutely. What Basil didn't mention was, he managed in June to find a spot right next to the Prime Minister of Canada, celebrating Pride in Toronto, and it's certainly a moment that brought a lot of joy to the whole organization. And Basil is one example of many, but there's still a lot of work to do. In Canada, we're very privileged. We see our Prime Minister standing in the Pride Parade, and we've passed marriage equality. And so we think that we've done our part, and that, and there's nothing else to do. But as myself, as a member of the LGBT community, I was very fortunate to be born in Canada, very fortunate to have a Jamaican mother who was very open, and a family that was very accepting. But no, I was the youngest of 6, and all my other siblings were born in Jamaica, and that I could have very much have been in a very different situation had it not been for luck. And so I think I feel personally that we have a duty in Canada. We've always had a duty to help others. And I was recently in Jamaica where a young man showed me his scars, where he was thrown acid and targeted for just being who he is. And the people that we help, just like Basil, are people who have so much potential and just need a pathway to safety.
Oh, I know. It breaks your heart. And I guess, thank goodness for Upside Down Tree. And you're new to the organization.
I am.
What struck it about the organization that you knew that this is where you wanted to be?
So I actually graduated university in June, and I knew that I didn't want to go into sort of a similar path as all of my other friends who graduated business school. I wanted to do something that I felt really passionately about and that was really meaningful to me. And I sort of stumbled upon the organization out of what I feel is luck. I happened to meet Carmen Manitoba, who's the founder, through some coincidental situations, and we ended up working together and deciding, she decided she wanted to grow the organization, and I sort of jumped on the opportunity to be working with an organization that does such incredible work, that actually helps real people, that works with another great organization. I'm not a member of the LGBT community myself, but I do feel like it's my duty, the same way sort of Kimahli was talking about it, to do everything I can to give back and to help those who really need it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what does Basil want to do besides become Prime Minister?
Well, that's a very long shot. For me, I'm just like, my hopes and dreams are very simple. One of my childhood dreams was to try to make an effect in this world, not to be just a person that was born, raised, and died. Basically, what I'm feeling in the moment, the things that I'm doing with Rainbow Railroad, trying to give a hand for those who are trying to get to a safe place, try to be in a location where they are able to have the same privileges that I'm getting. This is something that I'm feeling that I'm finally achieving my childhood dream of actually making an effect in this world. Other than that, in the practical life, I am like one of the most boring, simplest people I ever
Wait another year in Toronto.
Well,
yes.
Definitely I will go crazy. It's not, it's not bad. It's not like so far away from my personality. I'm just like, it's just like I need to a time, sort of speaking, to just establish my a good image and then ruin it.
He's a very, very fast learner.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Rafi, Kimahli, Basil, for being here. For more information, you can go to their websites. They're on the screen. And please, please, if you can't volunteer, just maybe take one bit of advice or information from this interview, is to just love everyone and accept everyone.
After the break, it's a techno performance by Blue Bloods on Electric City. And then a sit-down chat with Winnipeg comedian Chantal Marostica.